everybody. Welcome to the SoCal Prep Report. I'm Rich Estrella. This is the Southern Section edition, and today we are coming to you from the wrestling room over at Downey High School. Downey High got their first state champion, Jonathan Prata, and we're going to meet him in just a second. Right now we're talking to Coach Miguel Soto. Coach, thank you for joining us today.
I'm happy to be here.
Coach, you guys had an outstanding season. It's like a breakthrough season for Downey. Your first state champion, and you guys did good at the individuals this year.
Yes, we won our first CIF individual tournament championship, which is a big deal.
Right.
So it was great to have kind of both circle. We had success as a team and success with one of our individuals. Great year.
Coach, it's got to be infectious. Once you guys start winning, man, things change around here and anywhere, any school, once you start winning. Talk about the program and talk about the enthusiasm behind it. And, you know, there's a lot of good stuff happening here at Downey High School in terms of the wrestling. Downey's always been pretty competitive anyway. Yeah,
we have a strong sports programs across the board. You know,
right.
We're always in the finals in all our sports programs. But with the wrestling, we've had success in duels a lot lately. We won 3 CF dual meet championships. So it was really special to get our first individual tournament championship. And, you know, the kids put a lot of work in here, and it paid off this year for us.
Talk about the individuals when you were going. Was that a first time for you guys going into this type of meet and succeeding?
We were close last year. We took a third, so that was one of our goals, was to win the individual title. We had enough wrestlers with enough talent to score enough big points. And we ended up with 4 CF champions at the tournament. Mm-hmm. So that definitely helped us win it. But we had the talent, and they performed to their level.
How would you describe your team? Would you describe an aggressive team? They're cerebral. How would you describe your team?
They're a little bit of everything. You know, they definitely like to have fun and relax. Mm-hmm. But, you know, when it's time to practice, they're pretty good at focusing in on practice. And when it's time to beat up on each other, they're pretty good at that and making each other tougher. Let's
talk about your state champ. He's a junior. He'll be coming back. Did you think that of all the kids on your team that somebody would break through? I know Jonathan had been in the finals in the state last year. He saw it, but did you think that they would be able to get back and actually win?
Yeah, I thought Jonathan had definitely the potential to place in state. And, you know, if he had a great 2 days at the state tournament, I thought he could be a state champion. You know, Jonathan's been wrestling since a kid. Him and his father have put a lot of work into his wrestling success. And this summer, he did a lot of work wrestling at real big tournaments during the summer. So I think that helped him.
Now, your team's kind of loaded this year. When I say that, it's loaded with underclassmen, man. It's always great to have a good balance of seniors, juniors, and sophomores, and therefore so forth and so on. But you have 8 guys returning off a team that only has 14 spots. That's pretty good.
Yeah. Yep. I think we got some guys who are ready to come in and also contribute. I think if they put in a good summer, I think we could have a strong full team of 14 wrestlers.
Mm-hmm. All right. So how's that help you as a coach? I mean, when you have guys that are experienced that come in and can kind of teach what we call the fish back in the days, and you guys that are coming in, and you just kind of work out on them.
Yeah, no, it's always great to have experience coming back and to have, you know, people enter high school with experience, probably the high school. So, you know, it allows you to work things differently. You know, you still got to cover the basics, but you're allowed to teach more when you have experience returning.
You know, we were talking earlier, we were talking about the dominance of the central section, Buchanan, Clovis, Lemoore, you know, Gilroy. You got all these schools up there, and they're in small towns. And I keep saying, well, maybe they bring their whole team. They bring 10 guys because they're the only team in town. And they have a lot of guys at the state level. You see it differently.
Yeah, no, they're strong sections. You know, the central section does very well. You know, some of them have wrestling in their elementary schools, their middle schools.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I think that gives an edge. That definitely gives an edge. But, you know, they also put all the work in to have their success.
No, we were talking about again, and I had no idea that they have junior high wrestling now out there, and they're doing it at the grammar school level, which is fine. It's not one of those sports that's going to tear you up like football. You know, a lot of collisions and stuff as a young person. But, you know, be able to get the fundamentals down in grammar school and middle school before you get to high school is a huge advantage, especially when you have a group like at Clovis. You have the Terrapelli family. You know, that's a family that, you know, it's generation to generation. The Clovis team is held, you know, it's dropped down to the next guy, given to the next guy. And those guys compete like mad. So it makes a lot of sense having those fundamentals coming in that you would have a lot of great wrestlers.
Yeah, that's very correct. You know, as we said, I know for Clovis for sure, they're wrestling in elementary, middle school, and high school. And, you know, they got an amazing staff over there making big things happen.
All right. Well, we're looking forward to seeing what happens with you guys next year with those 8 returners. That sounds real promising. Right now, let's meet your state champ. Let's meet Jonathan Prata.
Yeah.
All right, we're talking with Jonathan Prata. Jonathan, first of all, congratulations, man, for being the first state champion at Downey.
Thank you very much.
Hey, congratulations for winning state for yourself, too, bud.
Thank you.
All right, Jonathan, 106-pounder, first state champion at Downey, and I was very surprised to find out this school's been here 100 years, or probably a little more than that, and you're the first state champ. How's that feel?
It feels an honor. Like, everyone's been telling me, good job. You've deserved it. You've done well, and it felt great making history for my school.
All right. How tough do you think it's going to be back to get there next year? Because that's the next question every pundit's going to ask you. It's tough to get there once. You've been there twice now, right? You've been to state twice. You were there last year. Didn't fare so well, but this year you win state. It's going to be a hard act to follow. You think you can do it?
I think I could do it if I continue practicing and, no taking breaks and everything. But it will be tougher and more new people coming in.
Now, Coach, you've been around a lot of state champs before. When you went to John Glenn, so state champions abound there. Trust me. How hard is it going to be for this man to make it back?
Well, he's definitely going to have a target on his back,
Yeah.
So people are going to know who he is. They're going to want to wrestle him and beat him. That way they get that ranking.
Every tournament you go to next year, you're going to be everybody's Super Bowl, right? At his weight class, don't you think?
Oh yeah. They're going to want to get after him and upset him and get ahead in the rankings with that.
That should make you a lot better, man, because everybody's going to be gunning for you. Talk about at the tournament itself. Was it intimidating this time? Was it helpful being there the first time last year as a wrestler?
Yeah, last year was more of a experience of how the feel of wrestling at a big arena. Mm-hmm. The last tournament of the season, where it matters, and it was nice going there and like wrestling. Didn't perform, like how I wanted to, but I actually liked it when I went, and then now, a year later, I had experience like.
You owned it, man. Don't be so humble, man. You owned it this year.
Yeah, I kind of did.
Come on. I could say it for him.
Yeah, I got more confidence when I went the second time, and I just went after it.
Your teammates help you a lot?
Of course, always there, as a friend, outside of school, on the mat, we just hang out and have fun, basically. Yep,
that's how it should be done. Having fun is the key. Well, I want to congratulate you once again for winning the state title. First one at Downey. That's the special thing. There's schools that have won titles before and have multiple state champions, but to have the first one, that's something special. And, Coach, congratulations to you for putting Downey High back on the map in wrestling.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
You've done an outstanding job as well. Downey used to be real dominant back in the 70s and 80s, man. They've always had good teams, but to get to the finals, win the individual championships, and then get a state champion, that's something special, especially in 1 year. Anybody want to thank along the way? Anybody want to say goodbye to? This is your moment.
I just want to thank all my coaches, my dad, Coach Soto, everywhere I've been through, even since I was a little kid, all the coaches that I've been through, it means a lot.
All right.
Thank you.
Coach, congratulations to you, too, on an outstanding year. Okay, this is Jonathan Prata, state champion at Downey High School, the first one, and he's going to come back, man. I have a feeling. This kid's dialed in, very serious guy. He's a stud. If you can come pat him on the back like I do, it's all muscles, man. This guy's bad. All right, let's take a look now at the CIF Southern Section CIF Basketball Championships from last week, and let's take a look at the state. Oh, by the way, before you wrap this up, Coach, it was Buchanan, Clovis, first and second. Who finished third? Poway. That's the first team out of the coastal or central section to win. And, of course, the two schools down here, or actually there was four total. Bosco finished 15th in state. They were the closest in the southern section to finish towards the top, followed by Northview, who's always very good. And I believe El Toloma was in there, and there was one more. I can't remember. But anyways, we had four southern section teams in the top 20. All right, let's take a look at the basketball stuff now. In the open division, Bishop Montgomery beat Mater Dei 70-55. The Monarchs were up 44-38 to start the fourth period. Ethan Thompson dropped 23 for Bishop Montgomery, and David Singleton had 21. In the 1AA division, it was Harvard Westlake 68, Pasadena 58. 1AA was Rancho Verde 43-41 over Maranatha. That looked like a really good ball game. It was Capo Valley taking the 2A title 41-31 over Oxnard. Colony in the 2AA division defeated Villa Park 74-70 in another great game. It was 29 Palms over St. Paul in overtime, 69-68. All right, looking at 3AA, it's Brentwood 55, Burbank 54, great matchup. In the 4AA, it was West Torrance 65, Blair 54, 5A, Desert Christian Academy 86, Sherman Indian 47. And let's take a look at the city section in the open division. Birmingham over Westchester, unbelievable, 85-80. In OT, Westchester, perennial national powers, get defeated by Birmingham. In the Division I game, Crenshaw easily over Granada Hills, 65-45. I don't know how Crenshaw got out of the open division. Those guys are state powerhouses, or at least they used to be. Taking a look at the girls in the open division, it was Long Beach Poly 68, Westlake 52. That's Harvard Westlake. In the 1AA, Bishop Montgomery. Boys and girls CIF champions, they defeat Huntington Beach 41-38. 1AA, Valencia 50, Canyon Country 45. 2A, Lusinger 60, Marlboro 36. 2AA, Rosary Academy 52, Camarillo 51. 3A, Los Osos 55, Lancaster 33. Thousand Oaks in the 3AA defeated Glendora 62-52. Beverly Hills 43. Knight out in the Palmdale, Lancaster area 36. Taking a look now, Village Christian 49-29 in the 4AA. In the Division 6, it was Rolling Hills Prep 67, Grace Brethren 28. In the city section, it was Westchester 71, Venice 57. Sophomore Destiny Brown had 23 points and 26 rebounds and 10 blocks. Ridiculous. She led again, Westchester past Venice 71-57. It was Fairfax defeating Palisades in OT, and this was an upset, believe it or not. Fairfax sent the game into overtime. Kaylin Brown made a three-pointer from the baseline with 12 seconds left in regulation, and it ended up in a title down the road for Fairfax. And looking real quick at the state basketball boys playoffs in the Southern Regionals, believe it or not, there's 4 teams in the top 7 in the country here in Southern California, and they're all playing for a state title. It'll be Torrey Pines against Bishop Montgomery. Birmingham of the city section taking on Chino Hills. It'll be San Diego St. Augustine against Sierra Canyon, and Westchester will be taking on Mater Dei. A lot of stuff going on in the basketball in the state. Believe it or not, 4 teams in the southern section still have a shot at the national championship. That's going to do it for this week here at the SoCal Prep Report. On behalf of the guys, I'm Rich Estrella saying so long. We'll see you next week.